Anyone heard of Albany washrooms? You might be surprised. They probably service the washrooms you use day in, day out where you work. They've been going for over 100 years and have got huge public sector client portfolio. Albany washrooms, now referred to, they've rebranded themselves as Albany Hygiene Facilities to really cover all aspects of what they do. Started with us in 2006, and they also applied for the quality management standard ISO 9001. So, we have certain credentials. What are we going to do with them? The so-called stage one is to really come to your site and identify what you have in place. So what is your management system? Let's have a look at it and let's see how compliant it is with the requirements of the standard. So from this so-called stage one, you will end up with a roadmap. You will end up with an action plan which says, of the requirements, you're meeting this, you're nearly there, this is what you've got to work on. That action plan from your certification body tells you what you need to do. If you had something like this, you'd know how to do it. The so-called stage two is when you're ready to have that environmental management system certified. And what that means is you can demonstrate you meet all the requirements of the standard. That is more of a black and white audit. No auditor is trained to come around with a clipboard and catch you out. They're trained to catch you doing things well and that you're within the spirit of the standard. That's their job. Yeah? We don't employ auditors per se, we employ business professionals who we train to be auditors. Why do we do that? Because in my experience, auditors tend to be a little bit like this. And they just see their bit and they don't see the big picture, which is why we do it that way. Ultimately, as I've said, you can't buy 14001 certification, you have to qualify for it. And like anything worth qualifying for, it's worth maintaining. To do that, you have to undergo what's known, unfortunately in my world, surveillance. And you go through a 3-year cycle where at the end of the 3 years, your certification body would sit down with you and look at the trends, the strengths and weaknesses of how you've implemented your standard and what you could do from there. You know, working together, but bear in mind, any certification body has to demonstrate that they're objective and they're impartial. And that's one of the reasons why you must be using a certification body, should you choose to, that's UCAS accredited.